If there is one habit that I could give anyone who wanted to change their life going into this year, it would be to keep a journal. And I can say that because these are all the journals I've filled up over the last 10 years. If this is your first time, great. If you've watched our little annual tradition here that we do for you on YouTube with this series, great. We'll catch you up to speed. And how do you actually do this? So I'll open up my journals. Hopefully you get something walking away from this video either way, okay? When we're talking about why you should journal, we spend all day consuming other people's thoughts. And it's a problem that's only getting worse and worse. And when you look at anxiety and depression and people feeling like they're strangers in their own body, or they don't accept themselves fully. Wish I could be like that person. I wish I could be someone other than who I am. That's the root of suffering, is a lack of acceptance of who you are. And I think it comes down to not spending any time consuming your own thoughts. Boredom is bad now. It's uncomfortable. And anytime we're uncomfortable, we pull out our phone and we consume, the next 60-second entertaining clip. And hey, I'm not above this. I'm not like this pretentious on YouTube lecturing you. This is the reason I love journaling, because as I've gotten older and I've gotten in habits of scrolling, I've realized, oh yeah, I'm consuming my own thoughts less and less and other people more and more. And when you look at really original thought leaders or people that are influencing culture, I'm not talking about has a bunch of followers, I'm talking about like leaders and influencers, real ones. They're people who really know themselves. They have an inner constitution, and the way you develop that is by consuming your own sauce. Get you comfortable with you. And maybe this is the next reason, I think that the world is moving so fast now. Even content like this, like you watching a YouTube video long form now, this is unique. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, why does Netflix put out these like 10-part docu-series that could just be one part? And then I'm like, oh, because most people aren't like consuming it with 100% focus. They're consuming it with like 50% focus, and then the other 50 is like scrolling. Attention spans shorter and shorter every day. And as someone who's gotten sucked away in that and caught myself, scrolling while I'm watching TV, what really helps is slowing down. And the way you slow down is to focus, point your focus like a magnifying glass on one thing. And I find that when you just like journal on your thoughts and feelings and goals and what we'll talk about in this video, man, it just takes all this like focus that's just spread out everywhere, and it's so fleeting. You can't get anything going, like rubbing two little kindling sticks together and there's no spark. You take a magnifying glass and you concentrate all that focus onto one thing, it lights up just like that. And I think the place you do that is your journal. It's so cool to see what you wrote 5 years ago. And yeah, you could do this digitally, but man, the soul and aliveness you get from seeing your own handwriting adds another element of realness. And lastly, success leaves clues. It's an old school self-improvement saying. Look at recorded history. It's all been written down up until the last 100 years. Every invention we have came from someone's journal. Look at Da Vinci's journals where he's coming up with helicopters, things that didn't even exist. I think 10 pages of his journal got auctioned off for like $30.8 million or something crazy. Good with why we should journal. You thinking about it? You convinced? Really quick overview of this method. If this is your first time watching, you've never done it, you're wondering what it is, how it's different. 10 years ago, I noticed that I was keeping a lot of journals. I had a fitness book, and then I would have notes in my phone, and then maybe I had some ideas for a business, and it was just chaotic and they were all over the place. And so I thought, well, what if I just take one big journal and I divide it up into 6 sections, and I just make like 6 mini journals in it. I started doing that for a couple years and posted a video on YouTube about it, and hundreds of thousands of people said it was useful, and they asked for more. So that's how the 6-in-1 journaling method was born. That's what I call it, because there's 6 journals in one. Now, obviously this can be 3-in-1, 5-in-1, 4-in-1. The point is, choose 3 sections, 3-4 sections in your life that you journal on or want to. This could be business, family, and health. Great. Each one of those is a mini journal, a section you organize. This could be like notes that you're learning from videos or self-study. The 2 other sections of this, you have your front and your back cover. And maybe these are more important than the actual what's in the journal. And the reason I love swapping it out every single year. We'll go over all that and set it up next. So the front cover, on this side, I write all of the quotes that I'm learning that year or reminders to myself. Some examples. The biggest problems in your life cannot be solved, they can only be outgrown. All change starts with honesty. Only that which can destroy itself is truly alive. Another Jung one right there. Inside suffering is a seed of change. Leaders are followed, visions aren't. Stop asking why and start saying wow. If you're thinking too much, you're not acting enough. Just like, again, zingers, bangers, one-liners, things that you've probably heard me say in YouTube videos because I've spent all year just, replaying those. And then on this side is a few things I'll mention here. Your name, the year, and this number right here is a little dark, but I find very inspiring and real. So if I say the number 32,850, what do you think that is? Well, that's the amount of days you have from birth until 90 years old. And most of us, it's a big assumption that we get 90 good years, because I think the average life expectancy is like 76. Pair that with, maybe you watch and have already lived 20, 30, 40 plus years. It really narrows in the amount of days we have left. And I write that in the front cover of every journal. So this is 21,000, 21,500, 21,900, and then even all the way back. Oh yeah, right here. This is 2016 was the first year I did it. It was 24,000. So it's like ticking. You're probably in one of two camps. The first is like, oh my God, why would you do that? I do not want to see that, no thank you. But the second camp is curious. It's like Steve Jobs famously said that he would ask himself, if this was the day I died, would I be happy with what I'm gonna do today? And that was where he sourced a lot of his motivation for creativity and innovation. Locking eyes in the mirror and having a good heart-to-heart every day. And I find that reminder every day adds some urgency, healthy urgency. Here I have strengths like a Myers-Briggs, ENFJ. There's a good chance that you are that if you're watching this, because you tend to find and follow people who match your personality style. And it tells you a lot about what you already knew about yourself, but seeing it on paper written out can be a trip. And you could put some of that in the front cover. Some people get weird with personality tests. They're like, this test ain't gonna tell me who I am. I've never gotten that. I've always been in the camp like, more data the better. I wear an Oura ring and I track every metric, and I just love seeing data because it's objective and you can base a lot of cool decisions off of it. So yeah, I found that useful. Sometimes it'll be more full than this. I'd say the last 3 years I've used that part a little less. You liking this video? Smash that like button if you're digging it. And then if you want our free 11 questions that are great for journaling, I'll link that down below. You get on our email list. They're 100% free. These are the 11 questions to change your life. And you just put that in your journal, you'll be off to a great start this year. The back cover is where you write all your goals. And I've developed a whole different system I call the manifesto. Gave it to the metamorphic clients, and then I have a program dropping later this year most likely that'll teach you how to use that. At the time of filming, I haven't made that yet, but I will this year. This is where you put your goals for that year. And you want it somewhere where they're staring you right in front of the face and you can access very quickly. I like to think of goals in 3 areas. Work, rest, and play. Think of it like a triangle that's an equilateral triangle, and if any one of those are lopsided or too much or too little, it stops being a perfect triangle. You need all of them to be balanced. You've had times in your life where you've rested and played, and then you're like, dude, I want some work. Something's missing here. I'm feeling like a sloth. And you've likely had times in your life where you've worked and rested a lot, but there was no play, and we call that burning out. And then there's also been times where you've worked and played and there's no rest and you can't sustain that. The point is you need goals in all these areas, so you prioritize it. And so what I do is I just divide it up into work, rest, and play. And I set 3-4 goals in each of those. Again, this is from 2020. My theory and philosophy and what I personally do has evolved a little, but this is good enough to get started. Examples of work goals. So for me, being my own business, those are a lot of metric-based goals. How many subscribers do you want? What revenue targets do you have? Are you launching anything? So for you, this is your career. This is how you make your money. This is your purpose. This is your mission. Anything that has a metric tied to it, or any sort of like grind energy that you want to go after and that you're outputting, goes under a work section. Then you have things like rest. So this is inward. Instead of putting out, you know, you're going in. Things like your body, your energy. So for me, this was like swimming 100 times, doing a detox, getting a Bellicon rebounder, meditating for 100 days, getting to a certain body fat percentage or certain weight. And then lastly, you have your play goals. This is where you get to have fun. This is adventure. So any trips you want to take, any toys you want to save up for and buy, personal hobbies that you want to take on. You know, maybe you're getting into jujitsu this year. Maybe you're taking a class. Maybe you're getting back into producing music. When you associate fun, what comes up for you, that's where you would put it right there. There's two main reasons with goals. The first is it gives you something to look forward to. I can't like overstate how valuable this is. If you know anything about dopamine, what gets you motivated, it's anticipation of rewards. So when you have things to look forward to, like, ooh, I have that class on Tuesday night, or ooh, I'm going on that trip, or ooh, I'm working towards that outcome that I wrote in my goals. Dopamine, 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 motivation, motivation, motivation. And you, like the years you have goals versus the ones you don't, I've had both. I'm so much happier on the years I have goals. And it's not even getting it, it's the progress towards it, okay? That's the second main reason you have goals, is not even getting the thing, but just the progress that it makes you feel. That's the best feeling ever, right? When you look back year after year and you're just like, it's not like this, but it could be like this, but the trend line is like this, you're building, that's amazing. And that's really where you start to see the whole picture looking back on your life and why you worked so hard. It's normally 5 years out. It's not gonna be right now. It's gonna feel like, why am I doing this? You know, is this ever gonna come true? Is this a pipe dream? I mean, I've had that at so many times in my career with what you're seeing now. I'm just like, yeah, this is never gonna happen. But I kept going. And then there were times where I'm like, oh, other people have it easier, and I just kept going. You know, times I think it's all falling apart and I'm a has-been, fading into irrelevancy and playing algorithms, and I cringe at old content. I'm just like, God, oh, it's so embarrassing. That's not even me. Why was I acting like, you know? And you just keep going and you don't quit, and you start to see this line go up, and it is so rewarding to be in a state of action and progress instead of being on the sidelines, judging and waiting and talking shit. You know, like, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy in the game, in the arena, or do you want to be on the sidelines critiquing everyone and, you know, saying how you could do it better or whatever? I've been both. And the person I am when I'm on the sidelines and judging people, and I get that way if I don't, you know, have goals and I'm not progressing towards things, I fall back into that like any of us do. You get on the sidelines and like, man, it's easy to be a hater, or man, it's easy to be a negative. And that's an internal feeling you have projecting out to other people. But when you're in the game, when you're in the taking action mode, you don't have time to think about that. And it's so fun. You treat the people around you better when you're on your mission. The anticipation of rewards, working towards something, that's why you have goals. So there you go. That's my little philosophy pitch to you to set goals if you haven't. And again, this year I'm creating a course on this whole process. How do you reinvent yourself? You know, how do you do it in a sequenced process to go from like bummed, like I don't have any goals, dude, to dude, I feel awesome. I'm crushing it. I have that anticipation. I know maybe not exactly what I want to do, but I have a direction to move in. So I'll link more info if that's available down below. And if not, just get the 11 questions. You'll be on our email list and you'll be first to know. We went all over the place today. Smash that like button if you got value from this video. Drop a comment if you're using this method. Love ya, appreciate ya. I'll see you in the next one. Stop settling and start living. Peace.